All right, folks, welcome back to beautiful Peachland, North Carolina, down here in Firewater Farm Sawmill. What we're doing today, we're unloading our Nyle L200 wood kiln. Now this chamber, we built it ourselves. Well, we didn't build the chamber. It's a 40-foot storage container, fully insulated, lined in stainless. And what we did, straight out of the Nyle book, we put our track down inside the kiln, built our track going out. We set it on some wood, because we're in the sawmill business. We had some wood sitting around, some 6x6s, concreted them in, got it level. Had our carts built right here. And what we got in here today is a load of pine that we sawed, 200 1x6x16s. And I didn't have a full kiln, and I burn firewood, believe it or not. We have a little bit of abundance of stuff to burn, so when I get time, I'll split it up. Like everybody else on YouTube, I put them in these IBC totes, and that has been a game changer for me. I can stack them in there, and the biggest thing about it, I can load them in this kiln. I done 3 of them this year as a test run, but I had that pine cut. I had a little bit of extra room, had an extra cart, so I went ahead and put them totes in there. I ain't got the 2 totes, it's just some old oak that I had sitting around. I dried it with the pine. Now pine dries at a different drying schedule than oak. So now if I was doing boards, I wouldn't want to mix pine boards and oak boards on this, because what you do, you would warp your oak boards, case harden them, and it wouldn't be good. They would basically dry too quick, because when you put pine in the kiln, you want to heat it up as quick as you can and get that moisture out as quick as you can so it don't mildew. But firewood, it don't matter. It's already split. You know, the wood stove ain't gonna care if it's warped or split or whatever. So this is what we're doing today. I'm just gonna share this with you. If you have any comments, please hit us up. Like I said, we built this ourselves. We bought the storage container, set it on a concrete foundation on the front and the back, and we didn't come up with the engineering on this track. This is, when you buy a kiln from Nyle, you'll get an owner's manual, and inside of that owner's manual, it shows you what they recommend for a track in a storage container just like this. So if you're curious about a kiln, I highly recommend you contacting Nyle. They're out of Maine. They really help you out, and they got good customer service, folks, and that's something you just don't get these days when you go to buy something. So highly recommend them, and their kiln does an excellent job. Folks, how are we gonna pull this out? We got a skid steer. Lots of times when we dry the wood, it gets so light, you can actually just kind of push those carts out by hand. Now putting them in is a different story. All that stuff's kind of heavy. A lot of moisture in it, so we usually just push the skid steer in. Now in a perfect world, if we were rich and famous, we'd probably have us a nice winch on the front of that thing. But right now, we're just doing what we can to get by. So we push it in with the bobcat, and if it gets too heavy, it might be too heavy on us, we're gonna try to roll it out by hand. We might hook a strap that thing and just yank it right out. So y'all hang on, see what we're gonna do. Hey, when I jacked this thing up to 160 degrees the other day, to do the bug kill, that knot that's in that 2x4, see the sap that come out of it and run down on that board?
Damn.
Yeah. Don't go real fast, just let it easy. We don't want to go real fast on that transition. Man, that stuff's pretty. Slow down. All right, we're there. Man, that's pretty stuff. Now folks, one thing you want to do when you saw wood and you dry wood, even if you're just sawing, you want to practice stacking it properly and proper stacking techniques. You know, I ain't no pro, but here's the thing, what you want to do. You want to stack it 16 inches apart. Get your stickers down through there. And this one here is a little bit wider. And the reason it's wider like that, because we had to have somewhere to put our forks. That's why it's wider here. But you should have it 16 inches apart, and you should have it fully supported all the way with your stickers all the way through from the top to the bottom. And it helps if you put weight on your wood, strap it up. Anything that helps compress that wood, keep it flat. Get you some good, dried, straight wood. Put it this way, if you're sloppy stacking it, you're gonna have sloppy wood. So just keep that in mind. Down here in North Carolina, we call this Southern Yellow Pine, old yellow gold. Pretty. Boy, that stuff was light coming out of there. We was able to push that by hand out of the kiln. And folks, we had to take the skid steer and push that in there. A lot of weight with that when it was wet. Dry, it don't weigh nothing now.